There was no need at all for us to form a mission, but people were walking in the wrong way and we wanted to deliver them. Serving the Supreme Lord is our mission. Even if we were offered the position of world emperor for millions of lifetimes, it will be easy to reject the proposal. Such things are just like stool and urine. Our insignificant endeavor is to deliver humankind from its wrong direction and to establish all living entities as servants at the lotus feet of Sri Gaura Sundara. Whether one is Brahma, Shiva, Vayu or Varuna, whether one is great religious preacher or religious leader, if he deviates even an inch from Sri Chaitanya's Deva teaching, he will find himself in the trouble. Sri Chaitanya Deva's servants worship the Supreme Absolute Truth. Sri Chaitanya Deva's servants are neither attracted to nor afraid of those who preach this world religious principle because they have found immense beauty at Sri Gauranga lotus feet. You see, here he say, Sri Chaitanya Deva's servants are neither attracted to or not afraid of those who preach this world religious principle because they have found immense beauty at Sri Gauranga's lotus feet. In the Chaitanya Charitamrita, there is described what was weapon of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. When he appeared, he was used one weapon to conquer this world. If anyone knows what is this weapon?
Bhakti. He preached only Bhakti.
Bhakti. Bhakti. To Bhakti. Nama Sankirtan. Shlaka Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, he say his beauty. He was so beautiful that just somebody saw him, become automatically attracted. It was inconceivable beauty. So Srila Prabhupada, he say here, those who was experienced this beauty at the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they was not afraid of other preachers. They have own duty, they can preach whatever they want, but this beauty of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu lotus feet, they was all in all for devotees of Mahaprabhu. Sri Chaitanya Deva's servants are neither attracted to nor afraid of those who preach this world's religious principle because they have found immense beauty at the Sri Gauranga's lotus feet. For the devotees of Gaura, the poisonous teeth of the snake-like sense object is broken. No amount of this world, the seed, can cheat those who have heard Sri Gauranga's teaching. Neither the yoga system propounded by Patanjali, which teach one artificial self-control, nor association with women such as Manaka and Urvashi can attract the Lord devotees. Even the Vaishnavas, shoe carriers, are liberated from the clutches of those who pessimistically think that to become free from distress is great achievement. The Lord devotees don't think that being deprived of the necessities of life is great. They don't need to practice renunciation of the external world and so stuff their ears with cotton like the cloth weavers. They are not interested in their own happiness. They know that the attempt to enjoy material life will lead them to hell. They consider themselves like animals. No one can take shelter of Sri Gauranga's lotus feet with their worldly acquisition. They must become servants of his lotus feet. Another type of cheating. I will sit in the solitary place and chant the names of God Nitai. This is simply selfish. The senses are our enemies. The senses have filled the path of devotional service. Our eternal occupational duty and the path preached by Sri Chaitanya Dev with thorns. Therefore, people mistakenly identify pseudo-devotional service such as karma, jnana and yoga for bhakti. But I will serve the transcendental personality of Godhead. I will not become a sweeper by directly or indirectly serving my dog-like senses. I will not become a washerman by serving my arse. I will not become an engineer of bricks and stone. Those who possess these mentalities can please Mahaprabhu only by taking shelter of devotional service. Shri Gaura Sundar is not a mundane object like a wall. By his mercy only can we be liberated from aversion to the Lord we have developed since time immemorial. There is no alternative to submitting ourselves before his mercy. If others came forward to make a show of bestowing mercy, we will consider them cheaters. Those who don't constantly glorify Gaura's holy names and don't sing about his pastimes cannot act as acharya. Those who are attached to the insignificant objects of this world can act as teacher only of the mundane school, but never as spiritual master. Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Lila states, Kiba Vipra Kiba Nyasi Shudra Kenenai, Ye Krishna Tattva Veta, say Guru Hai. It doesn't matter whether a person are Vipra or Brahma, or is born in lower family, or is in renounced order of life, if he is master in the science of Krishna, he is the perfect and bona fide spiritual master. Such a great soul can deliver me by hitting me in the core of my heart and by cutting the notes there. He will bestow non-duplicious mercy and he will not flatter me. You see, this Kali Yuga is really a very difficult age, very difficult age. It's polluted with so many things, is that. So in this Kali Yuga we can see trace from other dharma from previous time. And people want to enjoy this and trying to apply in their own life. They tried to do so many things, even trying to make yoga like superior to ever Ashtanga yoga, Hatha yoga, and so many yogas, to control mind, to control senses, control everything is there. They're trying to establish like a superior process. And they are really trying, everywhere is some yoga center and they are teaching people and you do this and you will be this. So, this is nothing to do with Krishna consciousness, means with the nature of soul. Soul doesn't need to control these senses artificial and all these things. When one's come on the level of realization, then he knows naturally, everything belongs to Lord. All my senses belongs to Lord. He is controller of them. And my duty is only to follow somebody who is really controlling his transcendental senses by the God mercy. Not artificial. It It is impossible to control artificially. It is like somebody is fasting, control tongue, not eat, but still feeling to eat is there. Who can destroy feeling for it? Nobody can. So all these activities are in the humans and not need to control them artificially. But if we take Krishna Prasad, we can control tongue. If we control tongue, we control all senses. If we chant Harinam, we can control. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he came in Kali Yuga just to establish the most simple way for all humans. Just engage your tongue in the chanting of Nam, and Nam will do everything. Nam will conquer all these senses. Nam will control all these senses. Nam is no different. So Krishna will take over all your existence. But if we don't want to Krishna and we want to control artificially, then Maya put temperature on and increasing, more and more, more and more. So she said, okay, I want to see how long you can do these things. I heard from Shastras, then great munis, rishis, who are very powerful rishis, they practice all this yoga, and they went in the water even to practice tapasya. You see, even in the water there, and they thought, okay, Maya is there, Maya is there, Maya is there, Maya is there. I have to find one protected place. And Saubhara Rishi, he went in the water, completely inside in water. So for I don't know exactly how many hundreds and hundreds years,
10,000.
he was controlling mind and senses fully. He was controlling. But in one moment, two fishes came together when it was time for reproduction. They came together there. And what happened? His natural, this feeling awake. It is there, something. And he came out and he married 10,000 ladies. Can you imagine? What is power of this? So it is not only only one case, but you see Haridas Thakur, who was Namacharya, he was chanting holy name. He fully surrendered to holy name. Even Maya personally came to test him. Completely, she came in the form of woman and she tested him. She cannot move him for 1 inch from his. Even one most beautiful lady, prostitute, she came there by the order of one local, ruler. She came there to test him. And after 10 days, she was with him, she became pure devotees. And same Yoga Maya, Mahamaya came. She told, in the previous time, Lord Shiva was initiated me in the name of Ram. Now I beg you, please initiate me in the name of Krishna. Maya personally. So why he was so powerful? Because Krishna is controller of Maya. Krishna controlling Maya completely. Nobody else. Our Gurudev told, you are not Ishvara, you cannot control the nothing there. But if you surrender to Lord, He will control your senses. So why we cannot do to control something there? Because we are not surrendered to now. We have so many things in our life, so many plans, ideas, everything we have there. Mind is constantly creating plans, is there. It will come time when they become, realized. Then again will be time of this destruction, then again creation, then the destruction. So our life is going like this. We getting something, then we losing, then we getting, then losing, and this time I will be happy. Is that like Muni Maharaj told many times? Oh, somebody thinking now I know how things are working. I will do my best. Is that possible, actually. So what is power of now? And what is Kali Yuga? How is blessed Kali Yuga? That whoever takes shelter in the holy name actually takes shelter in the Krishna himself. And Krishna surrender to Lord, and Lord respond on it. This is very simple. And here Srila Prabhupada says, there is not need to promote any other way to control mind, senses, anything. Only take shelter in the holy name. What does the Gaudiya Math teach? The message of the Gaudiya Math is, let's go back home, back to Godhead. The Gaudiya Math was inaugurated in order to preach about pure devotional service and not to present Mahaprabhu's teaching to the world. Mahaprabhu's invaluable instruction and teachings are the objects of Gaudiya Math's preaching. And the devotees at the Gaudiya Math preach Srimad Bhagavatam by personally following his teaching. They are priests who practice what they preach. Hari's devotees say, O living entity, you are servant of the Supreme Lord and have no relationship with the material world. Since you are Hari's servant, your only business is to serve him. As soon as you give up Hari's service and engage in some other activity, you will lose your peace of mind. O living entity, don't gratify your senses in the name of serving Hari. Remember, service means to gratify Krishna's senses. To act in a way that pleases your own senses and the senses of your relatives is not service. If you think it is service, you will be cheated. Don't wrongly identify service to family with service to the Lord. Don't waste time serving Maya after taking shelter of the Supreme Lord. If you do, how will you gain? You will simply become more attached to family life and ultimately fail to attain the Supreme. Be eager to serve the Lord if you wish to attain Him. Be intelligent and serve Krishna at any cost. Then the spiritual master and Gauranga will certainly be pleased with you. Surrendered devotees do whatever the Lord dictates. By Sri Gaura Sundara order and to benefit others, the devotees go door to door and beg alms to engage others in devotional service. In order to distribute the contents of their topmost treasury and to invite people to participate in the festival of Krishna service, they go door to door to beg. They don't go anywhere influenced of an enjoyment spirit. The devotees' compassion is incomparable. They want only to induce everyone to become Krishna conscious. One who gives personal instruction to each and everyone does more for others than platform speakers do. Generally, whatever platform speakers say cannot solve the problems of everyone in the audience, nor can it always benefit every individual. A person's defects are better rectified in the private tutorials class of private coaching than in hearing lecture in school or college. Therefore, those who instruct particular persons separately can award them something more permanent. I'm living example of this. You know, Srila Bhakti Alok Tapasvi Maharaj. He was so eager to preach to me. You cannot imagine. I was that time maybe 20, 21 years old, like this. I met him, and I showed little bit interest to hear about Krishna consciousness. I really just show little bit interest, but I wanted to hear about God. I never heard before about Krishna, and I cannot understand what means Krishna. And I had some, honestly speaking, I had some, I keep some distance, because I didn't know what is on another side. But he invests so much energy to preach. You cannot imagine. You cannot imagine. So I came from work after 10 or 12 hours after work. You know how man is feel tired, something. I came home, he came to visit me. And that time I was not initiated, just was. I came home, he's sitting next to me, and spontaneously he start to preach something, he start to speak something. Then I fell to sleep. Then I was sleeping, and after some time I opening the eyes, he's still preaching. And again I sleep, but he never stopped. Never stopped. He told me, I knew it, that you're something listening. And I was so inspired to speak. I was so inspired to speak to you. Normally nobody will speak to somebody who's sleeping. But he even that. And he put so much interest. And in one moment, actually I saw my mind is changed. Something is changed there. Then really I start to see through this prism of his Katha. What he told to me, I start to see like somebody have blue glasses, sunglasses, and everything see blue there. I start to see through his Katha environment in that way. Only because of his Harikatha. Then he never miss day to contact me or to ask or to send some message every day. Every day. Or that time was land phone, there was no mobile. But I was working somewhere, and somebody was calling me and say, please, somebody need you, you go on the phone. Then I pick phone, then he say, hey, what is going on? In the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna say like this. In the Gita say like this, or he connect some topic with it was so, I'm so grateful to him. I'm so thankful to him. How much energy he invests to take me, how to say, on the spiritual, how to say, way, that. So much. I cannot imagine that somebody, I have no even 1% of this enthusiasm what he had. Not only me, only to others, Even he's preached to junkies or people who are on the street, on the like beggars or homeless people or something. He finding way to give something. But this is really friend. Really friend. When everyone giving up on you, or when everyone is looking only for his own interest, or when his interest finished, but still he's there. If you offend him, or if you do something, he will never mind. He will again give chance. I saw how many people, how many of them he gives chance, maybe 10, 20 times, They are really hurt him heavily, but he never mind. He never disturbed, or he say, yes, this is another thing, but you try, you do this, you do your best, you do in that way, in that way. It's amazing, really amazing. So what the Prabhupada say here, who is the really Therefore, those who instruct particular persons separately can award them something more permanent. What is actual welfare? Beings averse to Lord Vishnu. Beings averse to Lord Vishnu. Innumerable living entities have come to Mahamaya's prison house so they can envy Lord Vishnu unlimitedly. If you can deliver even one of these people and make him or her a devotee of Krishna, then this is much more important from of welfare than building hospitals or schools. I remember that time when Maharaj was there, Tapasvi Maharaj. We had once, I remember very well, one Sunday feast. And some local devotees came, some devotees, and the room was so small, maybe like, I don't know, like this, not more. Very small, and we were sitting inside, maybe 10 of us, something. And he gave Hari Katha, he spoke something. Then in one moment he showed by finger on me. He said, one day he will be sannyasi. That time, honestly, I didn't know what means sannyasi. I never know. Everyone was laughing because I was fresh married or something. Then he said, no, one day he will be sannyasi. Is that? I don't know, but I was remember this word, how to say it, like through these all the words what he told, I was remember something inside. And now when we was in Pula, I was remind him, I told Maharaj, do you remember? He said, don't worry. Yeah. So we heard, I am a resident of India. Therefore, it is my duty to see to India's interest according to the temporary situation. If I were born in foreign country and was living in India, then even though it will be against India, I will be concerned about that foreigner interest. You see, to understand easily this word. When was India under occupation of British colony, there was freedom fighters, and one of leaders for freedom of India, this freedom fighter, one leader of them, visited Srila Prabhupada, Bhaktisiddhanta, and he asked him, why you not join us? Why you not become member of our movement? Then Prabhupada told to him, I know you are a very wise man. You know value of freedom, I know. But do you believe in Bhagavad Gita? And this man told, yes, I am sure I believe in this. So automatically you believe in reincarnation? He told, yes, I know, I believe in reincarnation. So Krishna, he say in the Bhagavad Gita, when Jiva died, when left body, wherever is her mind, she will attain this next life accordingly to statement of mind. Where is mind? So suppose you are now Indian and you are thinking on British people, and your mind is there. If you by chance become born like British guy, against whom you will be in the next life? Against whom? Now you are against British, but when you become British, you will be against Indian. So exactly what Srila Prabhupada say here. We heard, I am a resident of India. Therefore, it is my duty to see to India's interests according to the temporary situation. If I were born in foreign country and was living in India, then even though it will be against India, I will be concerned about that foreigner interest. Sri Chaitanya Deva, and his devotees are not so involved in insignificant sectarism born of matter and based on time, place, and person. The welfare activities they are performed and the example of patriotism they set don't temporarily benefit one group while harming others. The fruit of their welfare activities and patriotism can be had by all people at all time, all over the world. This is not my imagination, it is fact. You see, whatever is spiritual is one thing. Spiritual is one thing. And whatever is material here is another thing, is there. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu never pay any attention to worldly things because we are like foreigners here in this world. So what he give to us, he give really things. He gave really consciousness, God consciousness, and his duty was and aim to bring us back to Godhead. So why he will encourage any, how to say, dharma of this material world? Why he will encourage that? Just to prolong our existence in this world. So this is his teaching is to make us conscious what is really our aim, what is our goal, what is our origin, where we have to go. And he was always giving such essential things. He never speak about this worldly material world. Now you are Indian, now you are this or this. Doesn't matter. You don't stay here. You go back home, back to Krishna, back to Godhead. Is there. So Srila Prabhupada say here very clearly, this is not my imagination, this is fact. Don't flatter when you preach. Those who flatter are not teachers or spiritual masters, and they are certainly not real preachers. In order to be popular or to accomplish their ends, those who wonder about flattering people and thus supplying them with fuel to increase their sense gratification don't actually wish the people well. One need not hear from them, and if one does, it will cause ruination. Why do so few people like to hear the truth? Only few people like to hear the truth. Why is like that? It is a fact that many people are not interested in the absolute truth or even the spiritual path. This is because the supreme truth is not a path of sense gratification but of renunciation. Some people have spoiled their brains of the young Bengalis by encouraging them to become great religionists and fruity workers. That's why we have to spend hundreds of gallons of blood to preach. Even so, few people are able to understand the actual truth. Unless one is fortunate and pious, one doesn't develop the desire to hear genuine truth of Krishna, Katha. Human beings are entangled in either material enjoyment or renunciation, but the intelligent and fortunate scrutinize the paths of prayas and shreyas and conclude that the former is a path of bondage and the later a path of liberation. Only sober person give up prayers for shreyas. The less intelligent who don't know to discriminate pray for prayers, hoping always to gain what they lack and preserve what they have. The Shastras assure us that it will be difficult to find people interested in spiritual advancement, and even if we find such people, we can expect them to be unable to understand its importance. An expert speaker who knows the science of Shreyas is extremely rare. Moreover, Even if such rare speaker is found, it is difficult to find the who receive and submissive audience to hear him. Millions of flattering speakers will go to hell, but someday someone will realize the confidential truth spoken boldly and be saved. It may take hundreds of lifetimes or hundreds of yugas before someone can hear properly. But it is not possible to make a person understand the truth unless one is prepared to spend hundreds of gallons of vital blood. You see, it is really fact. Who want to hear Harikatha? Who want to hear? It is not easy to hear Harikatha, and especially when you have somebody like our Maharaj. He never flattered with anyone. He always spoke truth. Of course, his nature was very gentle, but he never deviated from the truth. And truth was very hurting. Actually very hurting. When you see truth is completely opposite of this nature of this material world. This world have another function, another system how it is working, and truth is against this. So those who preach truth, he really make, how to say, big risk. Oh, surely nobody will come to listen me. Nobody will never come again. I make risk, but I will not flatter with them. I will say as is this. So it was case of Prahlad Maharaj. You know Prahlad Maharaj, when he was asked by his father what he learned, when he heard this question, he was told, okay, I can answer differently. I can answer to him differently. Because Prahlad, he is Kshatriya, he is teached diplomacy, he knows diplomatic way how to answer question, is that. But he told, maybe my life is in the danger. When I will say truth, my father will kill me, sure. He want to kill me. But doesn't matter. For the future generation, I take all the risk. If I will be silent now and if I will speak differently, what benefit will have generation in the future? So Prahlad, he didn't want to make compromise or some diplomacy or something. He spoke truth as it is. And what happened? Same truth protect him. Truth completely protected him. Completely. So absolute truth is Lord himself. And same truth, if he will speak differently, then he will not be under shelter of truth. But he took shelter in the truth. He cannot speak but truth. Only truth. And he knew it. Oh, Father will surely punish me. He will try to kill me. Even he take my life. But I will not speak diplomatically. I will answer directly, is that. So Srila Prabhupada also say, you see, who want to listen truth? Nobody. Is that. And those who preach, he have to be ready really to spend gallons and gallons of blood, spiritual blood, energy to help others. Because Jiva is Tatashta Shakti. And she is constantly between spiritual and material. Every moment we have chance to look toward Maya or toward Krishna. So sometimes they pull us on some level, then Maya attracting us again. Then again they pull us up, then Maya again pulling us down. Then it is going like between two fires, they are always pulling us up then. So how much energy they need to take us out of this, to convince us. in here, in this Amritavani, in one point, Prabhupada say, I am so astonished to see, after so many Harikatha you heard, still you have full attraction for this material world. I am so astonished to see this. But it is fact. It is fact, because this is Tatashta, this is Jiva nature. It's very difficult to stay on the one platform, on one level, until we really cross Anartha Nivritti. When we cross Anartha Nivritti, when we established in the Nishta, then it will be another level. But up to Anartha Nivritti, it is so difficult, because Anarthas are always pulling us down. Anarthas are always presented. And one Acharya, he told, when I will start to practice bhajan, all the time I'm fighting with my anarthas. I just spending time to put myself in the shape to be avoided of anarthas. But when will come time for really bhajan? So it is really requiring sincerity. But sincerity is coming in sadhu sangha. When you hear and see this sincere sadhu, then he will awake your interest to attain this goal. This is natural. It is naturally to experience this. So only in the sadhu sangha we will get this more interest, and to be sincere. And Srila Bhakti Rakshak Shilardev Maharaj, he say, these two things are only necessary for Hari Bhajan, sincerity and humility. Only these things. So to become sincere is not easy, but it is possible in the sadhu sangha. When is sangha strong, then our sincerity will be more strong. When we cross some levels, when we feel situated and very well on some level, then naturally we will look for another level. But to go on another level again, we need sadhu sangha. This is Krishna Bhakti Janma Mula Hoya Sadhu Sangha. It is spoken in the Chaitanya Charitamrita now. By Sadhu Sangha, it is Bhakti devotion is get manifested, is that this sincerity. So sincerity also is like one reflection of faith. When we have faith, this reflection become this sincerity. So one who have this faith awakened, then he knows more and more sincerely, he accepts all this process, is that. But this faith is depending on Sharanagati. So when his Sharanagati is strong, faith is strong, sincerity is strong. So those who have faith is surely very sincere. And his level of faith is depending how much he surrendered. How much he really surrendered. Doesn't, you see one of our sannyasi, he surrendered soul, he's here. But how, he's not big body, he's very sincere. He will not miss one day to do his sadhana, do his program. Why? Because he have faith in these things, why he practicing. Like we spoke some days ago, we fully realize importance of food. Fully. Food is very important. We have to eat to maintain body and soul together. If we not eat, some problem will come. If we would realize equally to this importance of bhajan, so not need to convince you. Nobody need to convince us to eat. You feel hungry and you go to eat because I need something to eat. I have to maintain this. If I want to work, I need some food. Is that? And when we will realize importance of food for soul, then nobody will force us, you go there, sit or something. Then automatically we will look for this Harikatha, for Sadhu Sangha, because this is food for soul. And I remember when was Bhakti Sundar Sannyasi Maharaj here, Acharya of Bagbazar Gaudiya Math. I not remember year, but I think it was 17 or 18, 2018, he was here. So many Indians was here. And he asked if anyone have question, then no question. Then he say, okay, if you don't have question, I have question for you. So if anyone can explain to me what means prasad. So they give answer what means prasad, what is prasad and everything. So he say, we are not vegetarians. We are not promoting vegetarianism. We are promoting prasad, honoring prasad. And some answers come there. And one Indian, he asked something in Hindi. I couldn't understand what he spoke. But Srila Maharaj told, through your question, I see you are not practicing. Then he asked him, you are working all day? He said, yes. How many hours? He said, 8, 10 hours I'm working, is that. I have some business, so I'm fully busy. 8, 10 hours I'm working, and after I have some work at home, so I'm really a lot busy. Then Maharaj asked him, when you come home, what are you doing? Then he said, when I came home from work, I came home, I take shower, I'm eating something. Why are you eating? He said, because I'm hungry, I need some energy, is that. How many times you come in the temple? Oh, Maharaj, very rare. Then he said, you see, you know importance of food, but you never give food to soul. You never come in temple to make prayers, to participate program, kirtan, harikatha. You never give food to soul. You only give food to body, but soul never. So your soul is fasting. She's very hungry. Really, that time it was touched my heart. Is that we have full importance and full knowledge how to give comfort to external body. But to us, to really us, we have no knowledge about this. We lack realization of this. And we will do everything for external comfort, but is quite naturally. Because we are taught, we are learn, we are for so many lifetimes we doing only this. Trying to survive, trying to maintain body, trying to do this. But nobody thinking about himself, about what is really food for soul. Really, it is difficult. And only in the Sadhu Sangha, this topic came up. And in Sadhu Sangha, you heard such things. And in Sadhu Sangha, you start to really inquiring, you start to really thinking about what is really food. And because soul is Sat Chit Ananda, so no rice, no dal, no this, will never give full pleasure. But when soul come in touch with absolute truth, with frequency of pure devotee, or Bhagavatam, or Chaitanya Charitamrita, or Holy Scriptures, or some advanced devotee, then soul recognize this. This is my food. This is really my food. This is my all. What he say here in these prayers, Eichai Gusei Jar Muitar Das Tansabara Padarenu Mora Panchagras. What is this Panchagras? This is my life. This is 5 lives, 5 stream of air is in the body. But association with such devotee, this is my life and so on. So we have to really realize what is really food, what is really necessary. And therefore we feel comfortable here. We feel comfortable in the temple, in sadhu sangha, we feel very comfortable in the kirtan, we feel nice when we have this is everything connected with Sat world, with eternal world. So it is really giving us really food. Yeah. So we stop here. Vancha kalpatarvascha kripa sindhubhya patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo. Jai Sripad Pavan Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj Shri Muni Maharaj ki jai, Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai, Nitai Gaura Premanande.